Welcome to Talking Trash, and today we're going to talk a little bit of trash. We're going to talk about latex paint, my favorite topic this time of year. We're talking beginning of October. Are you at home right this moment cleaning your garage or your basement? I got a deal for you here. This is latex paint, and latex paint is kind of special. Latex is a water-based paint, that's why it's called latex. And so a water-based paint, what happens if you leave a glass of water out on a picnic table in December? What happens to it? It freezes. Same thing will happen with latex paint. It's going to freeze, eventually rock hard. If you leave it out in your garage for 4 winters, even for 1 winter, you're not going to be able to use the paint the next spring. So just to kind of let you know, I really would like to emphasize this. See, I can't even say it. I'm so excited about the topic. If you have latex paint, water-based paint, whether it's interior or exterior, please bring your paint into someplace warm. If you have a heated garage, basement, bring it in where it's heated. Then it will still be good and usable for the next year. Behind me, this is just one section of what we were bulking today, and I'm going to show you that in another show, but 5-gallon pails of latex paint that were once usable, no longer usable because it's frozen. Now right here, how much would that equal? Hundreds of dollars? Just trying to save you some money, and we're also saving taxpayer dollar money by not having to ship that away. If you bring it in where it's warm, bring your latex paint in from the cold. That's all I'm asking. Bring it in from the cold. But if you don't, I want to show you what it looks like and why it's not usable. So I opened this can of paint, and there's this one's actually soft. It's still good and usable. This is kind of drippy, you can see, but the can is kind of cruddy. So we actually don't put that in our reuse room, and I'll show you how to kind of dispose of paint. If you don't want to bring it out here, you don't feel like bringing it out here, you can dispose of latex paint yourself. It's really slick. So I'm going to show you that. But let me show you what latex paint looks like. I've already pulled the emulsion, this liquid stuff off the top. This is what paint looks like after it's frozen. And there's kind of several different ways. But this, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put my gloves on, but this will wash off. This is non-hazardous when it's hard like this. And so it's okay if I'm not wearing gloves, but this is it's fairly soft, but you wouldn't be able to use paint on your wall with this, would you? This is maybe after a year of sitting out in your garage frozen, that's not going to be usable. You're not going to be able to, it's going to be waste. Then I'm going to open, I kind of like getting dirty anyway, so this is kind of fun. I like to get into projects. This is, I'm going to pour, there's emulsion on the top. This is a brand new can of paint, never been used. I'm going to pour the emulsion into this one. I'm going to show you, that's what the emulsion is. It just kind of looks like water, but it's called emulsion. My cart's moving. But look at on the inside of the can. It is rock hard. You absolutely, and that's after freezing, and this is probably a couple years. It's rock hard. You can't even get it out of the can. So the emulsion, then what we do is you can throw this away. When it's rock hard like this, you can actually throw this away. This is not hazardous. We take the emulsion and dispose of it. This is another form. I'm just going to dig in here a little bit. This is kind of, it almost looks like cottage cheese. It's not quite as hard as the one I just showed you. It almost looks like cottage cheese, but it's definitely harder than this. So several different stages here, all the same thing, unusable. So please bring your latex paint in from the cold. That's a great thing. So I'm gonna put that one back, put that one back. If you have latex paint and you don't want to freeze it, but maybe you just have a little bit left in the bottom of the can, what I'm gonna do is you can take some sawdust, you can take kitty litter. I have sawdust here, just putting it in the bottom of a box, kitty litter, sand, anything like that. And what you do is you pour the paint, I'm going to stick it on the box a little bit, you pour the paint in there. You can mix it up a little bit, move it around. You'd of course use a stick. And when it's already clumped up, it's not hazardous in this state. You can dispose of it in your garbage. It's non-hazardous. If you have empty latex paint cans, take the lid off, throw them in the garbage. If they're completely empty and dry, you can actually put them in the recycling bin, but make sure you take the lid off so the garbage hauler knows that they're empty. Please take your paint in from the cold. Have a great winter.